Greetings, I'm Shad from Atitlan Organics.
I'm Julia from Awakened Spirit Yoga.
Today we're here to talk about our exciting new collaboration, which is the full 200-hour yoga teacher training and permaculture immersion.
Our organization is called Awakened Spirit Yoga, and it's a holistic international yoga school that really focuses on how to bring yoga into your everyday life. We teach retreats, we also teach trainings, as well as workshops internationally. And our passion is really to provide tools to people who are interested in showing up in their life with purpose and discovering, what it is that they have to offer in this world.
Atitlan Organics is our farm, and we're here in Sununa, Lake Atitlan, Guatemala. We've been here for 8 years, and really our foundation, our base is a profitable, productive farm. We grow a diverse range of products that we sell locally, but we also focus on really experimenting with and trying to bring life to the principles, the permaculture principles and the permaculture design aspects. And we really, more recently, the past 5 years, have been focusing on education, both in the local community, but also with the international community of travelers who come to check out this amazing lake.
One of the connections that becomes really alive between yoga and permaculture is really this experience of the inner and the outer, and the outer and the inner. And so a lot of people come to yoga because they're looking for healing in their life, or maybe they've heard that it's really good to enhance their productivity at work. And they quickly realized that through connecting to the body, that they began to discover, what's alive inside. And so the kind of outer leads to the inner. And then through that exploration, self-knowledge, self-study, we begin to realize that we're not really separate from our external environment, and that the way that we kind of show up on the mat is very symbolic to how we show up in our lives. And so, that connection with the elements, with like our effect in the world, becomes very important when we start realizing the impact that we have on the planet.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, from the other side, starting with the outer and then going to the inner, permaculture for me started really just to get my garden super efficient. Like, I really want to grow more food with less work. But then you start to touch on these philosophical questions of, can you really leave no trace? Can you really exist and not have a footprint, or to really minimize your footprint? And what I've kind of come to believe is no matter what, you always are having an impact on what's around you. And you realize that if you don't do some inner work as well, your impact is a lot of times unexpected. So I think if you're coming from the yoga, you generally will often arrive at this desire to know your impact more deeper and maybe connect with permaculture. But similarly, if you're on the permaculture side, you realize that hey, just focusing on the outer stuff is okay, but there's a lot of unseen things that are going on that really maybe call you to look inward as well.
I think also in my experience, at one point I was living on a permaculture farm, and I was there as a yoga teacher, and I really got to experience, the depth of what permaculture has to offer. And one of the things that I noticed is through really connecting with the land, there's something internal that starts shifting. And so people start realizing the nature of their connection to the land. And so maybe initially they came to permaculture to learn how to grow food, or because of frustrations that they've had in their everyday life, maybe they want to live in a different way. And through the connection of the hands in the soil, or the connection of understanding, our connectedness with our community, the inner starts shifting as well. And the yoga provides tools, as well as the meditation, in how we can, be more and more in alignment with ourselves and find more fulfillment and purpose in our life.
Absolutely. Plus, when you're like bending over and harvesting vegetables, you can do like warrior like pose or something like that. But yeah, so I think there's a lot to explore with this topic, and I think it really is super exciting. And honestly, I'm pretty embedded in the permaculture world, and I don't know of any other program like this anywhere in the world, really. So I think it's something that's on the cutting edge, really, really kind of pushing people to their edge. And I'm proud to be working with Awakened Spirit and together with Atitlan Organics. So if any of what we're talking about is resonating with you, get in touch with us, get connected, sign up for the newsletter or just shoot us an email or check out the webpage and let's talk, because I really think this is an amazing experience that's hard to find elsewhere.